Alright, welcome back. I decided not to continue the last video, but to make a part 2. It took longer than I thought, and not because it was particularly hard, but because my toolbox is locked up. The garage is overcrowded here. I didn't feel like, making a path and dragging it all the way over here and then having to lock it back up and drag it over there, blah, blah, blah. So anyhow, turns out I didn't have carbon choke cleaner, so I am going to be going to the parts store to get some, which could be a little bit embarrassing because as I was working here in the garage, this particular pair of jeans I'm wearing is apparently older than I thought, and they split out at the pocket, so I got a cheek hanging out. But I don't feel like going back to my apartment and changing again. So I'm just going to walk in like I don't know and walk out like I don't know, and who cares? So anyhow, I am going to pause this here. I'm in the garage and I don't know. Let's kill that background noise. Now I don't know if you can hear it running. It's relatively smooth. I did manage to come up with a concoction of wax and grease, lacquer, paint thinner, and acetone, and clean that part up but I must be away from turning wrenches for too long, because as I was reassembling that, it occurred to me that the easiest way to get that piece off would have been to remove the throttle body assembly. Disconnect the throttle linkage, unplug the sensors, and just pull that off with 4 10mm bolts. So I'm going to go get some carbon choke cleaner, and I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to remove the throttle body unit and give it a thorough cleaning. I may even pick up a brass brush to help with the cleaning process. So should be back, well, be no time to you, but probably 10-15 minutes for me. See you when I get back, or you'll see me when I get back. I can't see you, which is probably a good thing. Okay, so as luck would have it, I'm at the parts store. Advance. That's the best deal in town in my area. I've been dealing with them for years, ever since AutoZone screwed me over on brakes on a vehicle I had. Anyhow, long story short, it's crowded. So this will be fun. You'll see me when I'm back. Hey, I'm back. So, got my parts, but hanging out. What are you going to do? Not parts. I got carbon choke cleaner, good stuff, gum out, some nitrile gloves, and some Scotch shop towels. Gonna do this again. Gonna remove the throttle body unit. So it should be the linkage, 2 sensors, and 4 10mm bolts. That should take care of it. Take it off. I'm going to do a very thorough cleaning. Oh, I forgot the brass brush. Anyhow, getting old sucks. Don't do it. Should still be able to get this pretty clean. I have Scotch-Brites here, shop Scotch-Brites. So, which, just as a little aside, work really well in the kitchen. They last longer than the crap you buy anymore at Walmart or ShopRite or Giant or whatever. Anyhow, enough of that. As you can hear, it's running. I don't know. You can hear the thermal fan kicking off and on, electric fan. I don't know if you can hear. There's a little bit of roughness down on the bottom end when you first get into it, and then it's smooth. So we did a rough calculation on my fuel economy coming back from my daughter's. So it's a 20-gallon tank. I have right around a quarter of a tank left. So that means I used 15 gallons of fuel, roughly, to go 300 miles, approximately 300 miles. So a rough guess on that guy at Advanced. Now, I haven't ran it through my calculator, and I'm not mathing today in my head, so forget about that. Guy at Advanced mathed it in his head and came up with about 30 miles a gallon, which I find extremely hard to believe. I'm thinking somewhere between 20 and 25. 25 maybe. So I'll figure that out and get back to you. I am going to pause this. And the only reason I left it running while I'm doing this one is because I want the battery to charge, because I'm leaving the camera on, which leaves the screen run when it's paused. And I don't want to run out of battery before I finish this. So just a reminder, this is unscripted, unedited, raw footage that I'm posting. I may get to the point where I edit things together and, edit out my brain farts, whatever. So cool. Gonna pause it again and we'll get there. Oh, I had a message on the screen. Oh, I missed it. So I'll be back when I'm done. Ciao. All right, it's all done. Pulled the throttle body off. Gave it as thorough a cleaning as I could with an automotive Scotch-Brite and carbon choke cleaner. It looked decent when it was done. I don't know if you can clean the, I forget what they call it. Anyhow, the valve and all of that nonsense. So worst case, I go online and I order a throttle position sensor and a, whatever this thing is, air something motor. And maybe that'll take care of the problem, and we'll just take it from there, one step at a time. Start with the cheapest, work your way up to the most expensive, and hopefully somewhere along the way the problem gets solved. So I'm going to wrap this up before I post it. I see I'm running a little over, about 7-8 minutes by the time I'm done here. So anyhow, that is the latest and greatest on Project Bumble Jeep. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And God bless, and I'll see you in the next one, or you'll see me in the next one. So, ciao.